The home of the common Joe and the common Sally in the know, even more so than all those media talking heads. Woo! Woo! Yeah. Seems like old Brent Venables done went lunchroom smackdown on some coaches here in the last week or so. First of all, he people think he took a sort of a little shot at Mario Cristobal, and now they think he called out old con time Deion Sanders once again. It looks like I'm not the only one that thinks con time is a jackass. First it was Matt Rule, now it's Brent Venables. Maybe I'm on to something. Let's talk about it. Well, here we go again. It's another episode of the Outlaw of College Football. That's right. Took off about 3 or 4 days, got the jets refueled, and the Outlaw Posse. Here they come once again. The Outlaw Posse is now in effect. And the Outlaw Posse membership continues to grow as we got yet another new Outlaw Posse member who's mounted up, saddled up, ready to go. And that is the Rhino 26 is now deputized, and he's got his badge and he's ready to go. Also, as promised, each and every episode, we have a 4 horsemen shout out. And today's lucky 4 horsemen that are going to help me with this college football invasion today are as follows: J.D. Wilmoth, Billy Townsend, Storm 4601, and That Christian Fam channel, which is a great religious channel, by the way. If you like that kind of stuff, check it out. Also, old 56 timer with a great $10 donation as well. And as you can see, I got a new hat up here on the wall. It's a St. Louis Cardinals hat. It was donated to us, to the show, by Dax McCaleb of Joplin, Missouri. Whenever you send me a hat, donate a hat to the show, I'll put it on the wall of hats. Now, getting right to it here, seems like old Brent Venables, he had a few choice words that people sort of misconstrued a little bit, but it's still pretty fun stuff. I mean, he'll probably walk it back a little bit just so he don't cause any angst or get these people out there with thin skin, get them in a tizzy and make them have a coronary or something. But the first one was Mario Cristobal. I read that one about him and what he said about Mario Cristobal in Florida State, and I really think that people sort of twisted this a little bit like they like to do. He said that basically at least his team didn't get blown out by the likes of Middle Tennessee State and Florida State and 3 or 4 other teams. Miami lost 5 of their games, I think, by double digits. Meanwhile, Oklahoma didn't get blowed out in their 7 losses. They did get blowed out in 1 loss, and that was their main chief rival, Texas. The other losses were relatively close, and they didn't lose to a Middle Tennessee State. If I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong, y'all correct me if I am, but I think Oklahoma, all 7 of their losses come to Power 5 schools. So there's that. They didn't get beat by a Middle Tennessee State type team, and all of that, you got beat by double digits. So if you don't like people talking about that, then don't let that happen, Miami. But I don't think you really mean anything by it. Now, as far as the con time Deion Sanders stuff, I think he actually meant what he had to say. And once again, if you people don't like an honest opinion, then don't ask the man his opinion. I'm sure he was probably asked or prodded, and he just gave his take on the situation and told everybody exactly what he would have done if he were Deion Sanders. You see, because Deion Sanders, he comes in and he just starts trying to run people off, which makes absolutely no sense to me. I think Deion's not really doing his homework like he should. He comes in, he sees a team that went 1-11, 1-12, whatever it was they went. He automatically assumes that all those players are replaceable with players from the portal or players from his Jackson State team. But you only had maybe 2 4-star players on that team, Deion, maybe 1 5-star. And that Colorado team that went 1-11, 1-12, those same players that you run off, if they had been in the HBCU, they would win undefeated. Because that level of football is more akin to Division III or a version of the Black Ivy League. And also, you luring 4 and 5 star players over there with false promises and competing against Alabama A&M and Southern University with those kind of players, while Southern University and Alabama A&M probably got 1 and 2 star players. Now you in the Power 5. Everybody's getting 4 and 5 star players. Everybody's getting multiple 4 and 5 star players. Teams like Alabama and Georgia getting 15 4 and 5 star players. You're 1 or 2 little nuggets that you get that fall through the cracks because Alabama and Georgia didn't want them, or even the USC Skittle Shitters or Oklahoma Sooners didn't want them. It's not going to equal to you winning on the field. Hell, you couldn't even win the Celebration Bowl, man. And like I said, man, all Brent Venables was trying to do was give his opinion and say that he wouldn't run those players off. He would have given them a 12-month grace period and let them decide, if they could handle this program, whether they wanted to be a part of the process. Well, Deion didn't even give them that. Deion come in running his mouth, saying stupid shit, come out and said that his son was going to transfer before the transfer portal was ever open, which is an NCAA violation, but I see nothing happened with that. And then he basically said his quarterback was going to be his son. That his son was going to be the quarterback without even giving the other quarterbacks any chance at competition. And he runs around, he wants to be respected, but he does stuff to disrespect people all the time. And I've said this ad nauseum. If you want respect, then you got to give respect, Deion, and you don't give respect to anybody, man. You run your mouth, you walk around with your little cartoon shirt on, your little I ain't hard to find, or whatever your little catchphrase is, like you in the WWE or some shit, with your wild-ass looking stupid hat on. I mean, if you want to learn how to wear a cowboy hat, man, just give me a ring or something. Get one of your representatives to call me or something, and I'll give them a detailed description of what a cowboy hat's supposed to look like. I mean, you got it shoved down on your face so far, man. You look like, what was his name? Mushmouth. Was his name Mushmouth off of Fat Albert? And that's what you look like, man, with a cowboy hat on, man. You look like Mushmouth from Fat Albert. And I just don't get you people, man. You little Deion man crushers out there probably got you, like I said before, you got your little Deion Sanders poster on your ceiling above your bed, peeling your tater. And you got this Rico guy, Rico knows whatever, coming in there losing his noodle, talking about how dare Brent Venables say these kind of things. He went 6 and 7. Brent Venables took over a powerhouse program and run it in the ground, made him go 6 and 7. Well, as they always do, the Deion man crushers and strokers, they leave out parts of the narrative to fit their narrative. And what Rico knows or don't know is the fact that, Brent Venables come in when the transfer portal was just now sort of a new thing. And on top of that, the former coach of the team was raiding the team behind the scenes. Even before, I don't care what y'all say, even before he left, he was recruiting for USC. Him and another staffer were doing stuff for USC, which is pretty damn shady to me. Nobody else had to deal with that kind of shit. So Rico don't really know what he's talking about. Once again, Deion wants all this respect. How dare you not call me coach? Why you call me Deion? Blah, 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 blah. Well, that's fine. We'll call you Coach Sanders. But see, you try to attach things to it. Once you get your way about something, you're just like all these other woke bastards out there. You want to attach something to it. Well, I want to be called Coach Prime. Which is silly, man. You think it's cool, but it's not. It makes you sound like a cartoon character. Once again, with your cartoon t-shirts and your cartoon character names, you like you an episode or you're some character off of the Transformers, Coach Prime Maximus Jackass. Then you want to come in and want these players to be all pristine and disciplined already and tell them they can't play loud music in the locker room, which is fine. That's what you're supposed to do. But when you come in yourself and you contradict how a professional person is supposed to act by saying stuff like, I'm bringing the Louis, I ain't hard to find, and act like a cartoon character, well, then you're going to get what you get, man. You're going to get the level of respect that you put out there. And that's the bottom line, man. And it ain't got nothing to do with hate or jealousy or any of that stuff that all these Deion strokers try to throw at you or throw at us for having a critical opinion of Deion. And even worse, they'll call you a racist. Which actually, you're the racist for judging me as a racist only because I'm white. If you judge me by my skin color for anything, ironically, that makes you the racist. I don't care if Deion's spotted purple and from the rings of Saturn. If he comes down here, he honking around and acting like a jackass, well, then he's going to be called a jackass. Bottom line, Deion, if you want that respect from your coaching peers that you so desperately desire, I think, then you're going to have to treat the coaching profession as a professional, and you'll get that professional respect. But I don't think you can do it, man. Because it's always been about me with Deion. But we'll see. We'll see soon enough. Just quit acting like a cartoon character. Quit making up little WWE catchphrases and trying to talk all gangsta. And maybe one day you'll get that respect. But I doubt it. And that's all I got to say about that. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Also, there's a little heart button down here. It says thanks, a little dollar sign in the middle. Hit that. Throw me a few dollars in the coffers. Also, you can join the Outlaw Posse, as I said before, for $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. You get your badge, get deputized, even maybe get a 4 horseman shout out. And with that, I'm out of here. KMCA to all the other teams. Class is now officially dismissed.